Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
A look at the numbers a week ago for Lindsey. 16 carries, 60 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Let's go, baby.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
The end result, 21 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Stop your whining. Check 31, check 35.
They'll set up a throw. He completes it to Henry. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 36. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
60 on. Hey. You got 3 down. 3 down. Let's go.
They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
70, Indy. Strong left.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
60 outlaw. Man up, D.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Now Taylor. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
New York set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
On 3rd and short, it's Dixon. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to them. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards and a giant first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. 13 yards, good for a giant first down.
Let's go.
The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Back to throw now on first down. It's caught. Smith. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On play action, they'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. But look now at the starters defensively for the Broncos. And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. On the draw, this is Barkley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The New York set to take the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throw left side complete. That's Barker. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Now Barkley stripped of the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fielded at the 43. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
He got 29 yards that time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Back to throw here. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Hill, the intended receiver once again. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. 3rd down here. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Back to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a 1st down. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. He'll drop to throw. He'll find Lindsey here. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A look at Sterling Shepard as he and this offense get set to go again. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part, but they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. 2nd and 6. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. A first down carry for Barkley. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
An update now from Oakland. And the Raiders have jumped out to an early lead over the Chiefs. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Out there to start their next drive, Philip Lindsay and the Broncos. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that?
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Saquon Barkley, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 2nd and 2. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Let's go.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Touchdown for Days.
Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Rosas now to add the PAT. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He'll look to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
They'll set up to throw. This is the tight end Fant. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he bangs it through and makes it a 17-13 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Mike 47. Mike 47.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Looking to throw to Barkley on the check down. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll go to Barkley again. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And some of his highlights here from this game, he's nearing 100 yards, partner.
And defensive have worked so hard at how to try to slow down tight ends. It was a lot easier, partner, in the old days because they just lined up on the line of scrimmage. You either put a defensive end or a linebacker over them and tried to body them so they couldn't get off the line of scrimmage easy.
And now?
Now, when they split out, detach from the line of scrimmage, you put a linebacker out there, they're often too elusive for them. Shake them and get into the secondary too easily before someone else can try and pick them up.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On second down, it's Lindsey, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now back to throw. And it's complete. Henry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
53, Mike.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. 2nd and 1. He's got his big tight end, Fant. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Check.
They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and inches. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Kahale Waring, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, fellas.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Mike 53. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Back to throw here. Complete. Smith has it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, Barkley. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down. 2nd and 4. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Roughing the passer, defense.
They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On play action, they'll throw. And caught by Henry. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Keep playing. Down. 60 Pittsburgh. One's the mic. Watch one. Watch one. Here we go.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
A pickup of 24, and that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, his 9th touchdown of the season as they have taken the lead.
We got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people and power his way forward.
Elliott on for the extra point. And that one gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10.
Watch the twitch.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Check 4, check 4.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Steps away. He'll run it.
Holding. Offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 30. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today, and this one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's Hill, complete. The Giants on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They complete it to Hill. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away.
Come on now, let's go.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
That'll be a gain of 15 yards. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Lindsey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Easy work. It's easy work. It's coming again.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Tight end rope. Tight end rope.
He'll look to throw. This is the tight end fan. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that's caught by Smith. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Number 53. Mike 53. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
They'll drop the throw. Sliding out of the pocket. They'll try and run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
We got heavy. Everybody scoot up. Heavy. Motion, man, motion.
They'll set up a throw. And his throw is incomplete. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
Offense.
That's Will Hernandez, former 2nd rounder out of UTEP. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run it with Dixon. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Irv Smith Jr., his 6th touchdown of the season. And the G-men have taken the lead here in the 4th. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They'll find Lindsey here. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
I know you ain't got it.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get up here to the 26. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Barkley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35.
Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. 2nd and 10. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards, good for a giant 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley, and he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Barkley, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, they come after him, and it's blocked. Now, so much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
So the Broncos now down on the scoreboard. A minute 44 to go. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. He's back to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. They'll look to throw. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On first down, Barkley. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. He'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
53, Mike, 53. They're not ready for this. Get it.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. Here's Dixon. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Ready?
On 1st down, Lindsey. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw here.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call. But when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Everyone's got 4 down.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. 2nd and 1. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back.
Watch the run. Watch the run. This is out, baby. That's baby's out.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 13 yards, good for a giant 1st down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Giants, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Dallas on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.